Well, good morning, and thanks for coming out to listen to our announcement regarding the next round of community development block grant funds have been designated for facade grants. We are, in cooperation with the Evansville City Council, we've designated $200,000 in CDBG money for this block of grants, and very excited about that. These grants are designed to encourage economic activity and business expansion in focus areas in our city. The goal is really quite simple. That's to promote job growth and to assist business owners in revitalizing and boosting our neighborhoods. I'd like to thank the committee that worked with the Department of Metropolitan Development to select the recipients of these grants. They spent many hours reviewing the 24 applications from local businesses to select the top 7 candidates that we are, and two alternates that we are going to discuss here today. The committee members were Maya Phillips, an architect with VPS, Ben Shoulders, a vice president of Old National Bank, Scott Wiley from the Vandenberg Community Foundation, Kim Howard, who's the executive director of the Indiana Small Business Development Group, and Josh Calhoun. Where was Josh? He was just right over here, a community development planner with DMD. The applications were based on the proposal's vibrancy, the ability to leverage other funding, and the potential impact on the surrounding neighborhoods. So with that, I'd like to go through the recipients, and these are, I don't think in any particular order, these are just the order that they were typed out for me. Zuki Japanese Restaurant. Joe is here. Joe in the back. Thank you, Joe. Joe is opening a new restaurant, as many of us have seen on in the 200 block of Main Street. This is a $120,000 total project. His grant is for $50,000. The facade grant for the Zuki restaurant will cover the waterproofing of the west side of the building, the redesigning the landscaping, and installing all the new exterior drainage system. Next, the Boca Lounge on Parrot. Where are those guys? Right here? Yeah, thank you. Behind the TV guys, of course. They have a $100,000 project, a $50,000 grant. The facade grant at Boca will be used to complete masonry work, stone trimming, windows, doors, canopy, and signage. Excellent. Lamasco Bar and Grill, Amy's back here. She has a $120,000 total project. She's receiving a $50,000 grant. Amy's facade grant will be used to renovate the exterior of the building to restore the storefront and facade to include a new back entrance. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Kirby's Private Dining, Scott Shimmick. Thank you, Scott. Scott's located on Parrott Street. He has a $75,000 project. He's receiving a grant of $37,500. The facade grant will be used to landscape the front of the building, replace awnings, and for neon signage for the front of 1113 Parrott and 1119 Parrott. There will also be repairs to the soffit and wood panels of the porch. Piece of cake. Where's the piece of cake, ladies? Thank you. You know, none of these restaurants brought any samples today. It's just before lunch, too. Boy. Anyway, Kate and Laura have a $13,500 project. They're receiving a grant of $6,750. They will be repairing their awning, replacing sign panels with full color panels. They'll also be replacing an outdated panels on their front door. This is really a neat part of their project. Also, they're doing a community board which will be added to next to the main entrance, which will post community events. So I think that's very cool. Goldman's Pawn Shop. Is Bob here?
He called.
He called, okay. Bob is Goldman's Pawn Shop, a mainstay on 4th Street. Excited that they have a $5,785 project. They'll receive a grant of $2,893. They'll be repainting the facade to restore the exterior, and roof repairs will be made on the southeast 4th Street side, which is visible from the street. Last but not least, our old friend Danny DeLegge back there. Yes. Dan has a $12,185 project. He'll be receiving a grant of $2,857. The facade grant will cover replacing deteriorated wood on the first floor facade, replacing windows, and painting all the wood on the first floor. Is that all of them, Kelly?
That's all.
I got them all? Okay.
We ran out of money.
We ran out of money, okay. $200,000 doesn't get you what it used to. Hey, this is really exciting. All these projects are exciting. I am sure that this time next year, all these projects, if they won't be complete, they'll be near completion. I invite everyone to take this is what I've been saying lately about downtown in general. I know we have other, Amy's not quite downtown, but she's close to downtown. But take pictures of what these areas look like today, because what we're trying to do all over our city is improve our image, improve the look of our community. We have a lot going on right now with the prospect of the new convention hotel and the biggest catalyst of them all, the IU Med School. We hope to start construction on that important project right in the heart of our city about this time next year. So the fact that all these businesses have a vision to improving their lot in the community is all good for Evansville. So with that, I congratulate all the business owners. Thank you for your investment and continued confidence in the city, and we are proud to partner with you as you continue to grow. So with that, we'll be taking any questions, except from John because he was last. I'm just kidding.
You're just going to mention seven businesses here about the grants. How can other businesses possibly go about giving this kind of money in the future?
Kelly?
Well, we are looking for, like I said, I was just joking that we ran out of money, but actually that's a serious statement because council only appropriated $200,000 in 2013 for this project. So we're hoping to identify some other funding sources later in the year, Mayor, to do another funding round where we can pick up maybe one or two of the alternates that were selected in case one of these grant recipients can't do the project, decides not to do the project. We have identified some other funding sources. It just takes a little time to get it appropriated, to get it considered, and get it moved.
And for businesses who want to do this, I guess they have to pony up some of the money themselves?
Well, that was one of the criteria, was the ability to leverage other funds. So someone that is only applying for a portion of the project carried a greater weight than someone who applied for the entire cost of the project. So the ability to leverage funds, neighborhood vibrancy, and the contribution to the neighborhood around it were considered. So if a business has money to put in, they're partnering with us. That's what public-private partnership is all about. That carries a greater weight.
Who were the alternates?
We had two alternates. Scott Danks, the former EVSC building, and Joshua, remind me of the other alternate. Oh, it was the Garvin Industrial Park, wasn't it? The Garvin Industrial Park near Garvin Park. That was the two, sorry. Yeah.
24.
24. And they were all excellent.
And you guys kind of touched base on this, but can you go back through what you exactly were looking for, the criteria that these 7 businesses met?
Well, the first criteria was vibrancy. Did the project contribute to the vibrancy of the community around it? What are the attributes of the business? And then contribution to the neighborhood around it. A business like the Boca Lounge and Kirby's Private Dining contributes greatly to the economic vitality of the art district. Amy's business, Lamasco, contributes tremendously to the revitalization of that portion of West Franklin Street where the Tin Man is, all that new development right there. And then the leverage of other funds. Some, like I just said, that if you're leveraging other money, if you're not applying for the full amount that it takes to complete the project, because that's how you stretch your public dollars, is with that private investment. And the criteria was also, I should mention that we talked about the income, 51% low to moderate income. HUD requires us to spend these block grant monies in census tracts where 51% or more of the population is below a certain income level, and all of these met that criteria. In fact, all of our applicants adhered to that, and I said we published a map with the application that showed where they had to be.
Speaking of facades, as we can see in the picture here of piece of cake, the old awnings that are still on parts of Main Street, is there any consideration about removing those or replacing those? Mayor, is that anything that's on the radar?
It is on the radar, but we haven't identified a specific target date or timeline.
And some of the businesses like them there.
Yep.
So would you rather just get rid of them, or would you rather replace them?
No, I mean, we're anxious to hear what businesses have to say. Not all the businesses want to replace them. So it's not, we're just not going to go in and unilaterally decide to replace those awnings. If the businesses like them, we want them to stay. If they don't, we'd consider working with them to remove them in the future. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.